Go.
Okay, so to add up to what was Sister Park was saying, the entry for female names should be maiden names. So this is to avoid duplication, which had happened about 10 years ago prior to the 2013, wherein a lot of duplicated names were entered, and through the advancement of the familysearch.org platform, these have been addressed. So again, when you enter the female name, it should be maiden name.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Okay, if you're okay, I'm just going to continue. So I'm going to share your screen. So again, going down the checklist. So we know how to add a new person. Know how to ID. Oh no, how to link deceased. Okay, deceased numbers with IDs. Okay. So really quickly, once again, everyone has an ID number, both living or deceased. Living ID numbers are private. ID numbers for deceased individuals are public. As a result, nobody can see your whatever information you input for any living individual. However, because we have the computer database, we can go and add living individuals like aunts and uncles and cousins and children, and keep a record of these individuals on our family tree. We cannot perform ordinances for living individuals, and we cannot perform ordinances for any relative who has been alive within the past 110 years, and when we don't have permission from a direct descendant, but at least we can keep a record. So if, for example, if I had a husband and he wanted to add my family tree, he would have to input my parents. He wouldn't be able to find them using an ID number because they're alive. So I would have to provide the birth date and the location for my parents. But as soon as he got to my grandparents, because all of my grandparents have passed away, I could just give him my ID number. So for example, obviously I'm not marrying a dead person, but I'm just going to show you here how you can add someone using an ID number. Again, right here, if you click on the right, you could just add by ID number and punch in the 7-digit ID number. It's always a mixture of letters and numbers, okay? So once again, if my husband wanted to add my side of the family, he would have to add my parents' name or whoever's living, add their information that he would manually have to input it in. And then for my grandparents, because they have passed away, he could just input the ID number, and then the rest of my tree would self-populate on his side of, on his, I guess, in his tree, okay? You often have to do this with family members. So children will find that their parents have done a lot of family history work, but when they open it, they don't see their grandparents because you have to quote unquote link your family tree, and you quote unquote link your trees together by using the ID number for deceased individuals, okay? Okay, next one, know how to identify names ready to take to the temple. Really quickly, on the side, if you see options, click on options, it will pop up with a legend, and it'll tell you what all these different colors mean. Light green means that it's available to take to the temple. This generally means all 3 pieces of information have been entered, that being a name, a date, or a geographical location, as well as a specified gender and whether they're living or deceased. Needs information generally means that one of 3 pieces of information are missing: the name, date, or geographical location. However, or if there's a red icon, it means that something has been, there's a data problem. Sometimes it's yellow because some information is missing, or sometimes the computer just doesn't generate, doesn't read the information. So remember I said when you input new information for a birth date, for example, you need to make sure that the icon is put in. If a lot of information was imported from 2013, and sometimes the computer just didn't register it. So sometimes you just have to copy it and paste and re-enter it and make sure the icon pops up. So sometimes there's that data issue, or that sometimes people put in like question marks or weird symbols and it won't read it. So light green means you can take them to the temple. If you find a name that is ready to be reserved, let's see. Oh, hold on. So the other bluish green means it's in progress, which means actually I think I printed off. I think, oh, these have not been printed, but this one, this green one, for example, has been printed off. So I guess I could print it, but that you would have a duplicate, so you don't want to do that. I can print off these yellow ones and take them to the temple. Oh, I'm trying to see if I can find a light green one. I'll try to find one. I know I have some, so I'll make one. But yeah, if you once you reserve it, you should be able to access all of them. And then I encourage you not to reprint off the same ordinance card unless you know for sure you have, unless you know for sure that you've lost it, because I had a case where I gave a bunch of names to my dad and he's like, I lost them. So we reprinted them and then he found them and then he performed a bunch of them. And so they ended up being done twice, which is fine for like a baptism, but you just don't want to go through an endowment session for 2 hours and not have to. Okay. Know how to add details and additional information. Okay, so this is a place where a lot of people can add quite a bit to their family tree. So there's a difference between genealogy and family history. Genealogy is gathering of information, the name, date, geographic location, etc. That's genealogy. And family history is part of it, but also family history is often stories and details and memory. So I'm just going to click on my grandmother and I'm going to show you how you can add details about an individual. And I admit I need to go through and add more details for people. You can also do this on your phone quite easily. And this is a great activity, especially for young individuals, to interview and talk with family members. If you go here, you can click on Life Sketch. Life Sketches, you can add whatever information you would like, okay? And in multiple different languages if you'd like. Here, vital information. If you've inputted anybody's information, you can always just click here on the side and edit it. So if you don't like the spelling or if you just forgot a detail, you can always go here and edit. When there's that red icon and there's like a data issue, it'll usually pop up on the side and show you where the data issue is, and you can just click on the side again and add it. You'll see here that the information I've inputted has been checked off as green, standardized date. If I didn't have the proper information, you're going to see that it's brown. Remember I said that a bunch of information was imported after 2013. Sometimes it imported information, but it didn't register it properly, and it was just brown. And it'll say, then it'll think that one of the 3 pieces of information is missing. So you have to make sure, again, that the icon, click, and now it becomes standardized. And now the website will, or the computer will recognize that information, okay? If you notice here, this is actually different from this. Actually, in Korean, this doesn't say exactly the same thing, and that's okay. So if it doesn't pop up, you can put in other information and it should still read it. Okay, if you go down, other information, if you click on add information, it gives you actually a bunch of options of different details that you can add. I like going here because it just gives me good ideas of what could I include. Physical description, she was quite short. National origin, she's Korean. Religious affiliation, she was Buddhist, and then member of the church. immigrated to Canada in 1997, I think. So those are details that I can include if you can't think of what to include, or you can make a custom fact. One of my favorite ones, apart from physical there's custom fact, physical description. I like that one. You can also include alternate name. I think Brother Bowie mentioned how you want to make sure that you include their maiden name here, because it can get confusing, but you can always click on alternate name and include their married name, or some people had nicknames, or had, I don't know, multiple names, so you can always include that there. Here, if you scroll down, it shows you the relationship of people. So it shows the family member, the children, and then her parents, okay? Here, in between, you can click. In between two people, you can change their relationship. So here, you can add relationship event. Now, this allows you to add all sorts: annulment, common law marriage, divorce, live together, marriage. So even if they weren't married, you can still include those details there. Here, if you can add, if you know, for example, some people have siblings, they don't know who the mom or dad is, you can always, any family circumstance can be recorded on here. So if you know that there was a child, but you don't know who the mother or the father is, you can always click here and still add the child. Some people have multiple wives for whatever reason, divorce or death, etc. You can add multiple spouses. And then you can just, if there's multiple spouses, you can also click on a preferred wife or husband. Let's see, I think I actually, let me see if he might have multiple. Yeah, so here, for example, there's multiple children. I don't know what his, the other lady was. So he has his wife, and then he has a child, and I don't know what the child's mom's name is there, for example. But then I clicked here that this is the preferred spouse, because I don't know what the spouse's name is here. Okay, so there's all sorts of different circumstances that you can include, and additional information. Okay, going back to the list, are there any questions? We went over the legend. And if you ever forget the legend, there's always, you can always click on it on the side. Yep.
What about when you have two wives, right?
Mm-hmm.
But somebody's already done some ordinances for them. However, they didn't link them properly.
Sorry, say that. So they put, are you talking about duplicates?
What? Yep. No, not duplicates. What you just showed us,
mm-hmm.
right? So the husband has two wives,
mm-hmm.
right? So yes. The first wife, the preferred one, is on there, but mm-hmm. the second one is on there, but is not linked. It's got a name there.
There's a name? Okay, but what do you mean not linked?
Mm-hmm.
How is she not linked?
Like the way you showed us.
Uh-huh.
Right? So the husband, and then he's got two wives, but one doesn't have a name, right?
Uh-huh.
Which is, no, you don't know, right? But
uh-huh.
what if you do know the name? But
oh,
ordinances
okay.
have been performed, but not linked.
Okay, sorry, let me just, let me go back to screen sharing. I will show you. Great question. You just add by ID number. So you go here, let's say, oh, suddenly we found the spouse. I could just add by ID number. Right there.
Okay.
So if you know,
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if that made sense, but let's say you knew the person and they had then you just add by ID. This is a great way. Add by ID number is like one of my favorite functions, because it's like, great, I don't have to re-enter any of this information. It's already been in there. So that's what I call quote unquote linking. Excellent question. Okay, any other questions?
No.
Okay, so key differences between living and dead, adding memory. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Okay, I'm gonna have everybody, can everybody take out their smartphone? if you've done this with me a bajillion times, I apologize, but I'm just going to go through and show everyone. If I can stop sharing. There you go. Okay. Can everybody take out their smartphone, please, and open up their app? Family tree. Awesome. Can everybody turn on their video and show me their phone? I'm gonna wait. If you don't have a phone, that's okay, Sister Bacon. You are exempt. Okay. So the Apple phone is slightly different from the Android, Samsung, or whatever other companies you have. Okay. So really quickly, if everybody can get to their menu, oh, I'm gonna dip this. I think it's better. And you can go to, there's a bunch of different options. My favorite for the phone, just for fun, by the way, the fourth one, Map My Ancestors, is great because it will show you physically around the world where you have different ancestors and like geographically as well. So there you go. Lots of people in Asia. And then it'll like show you physically where they lived and where they're from. So this is just kind of a fun option. And then you can click on it and find actual individuals from that region. So there's that. If you go down, there's My Contributions. My Contributions will show you the number of different things you've added, like sources, obviously not very many, memories, people, and then just tally it up and it'll give you a total number of different sources and number of things that you contributed. Anyways, if you go to on the bottom, your first option, if you can go to your family tree, everybody click on an individual that you know you have pictures of. So it could be yourself, it could be your children, it could be a grandparent. Can you just click on an individual? Okay. You should be able to their information should pop up. So really quickly, there should be, great. For me, there's a little green add button. Who does not have an iPhone? I need someone's help because I don't know what it looks like on something other than an iPhone. Everyone's got an iPhone?
No, I have an Android.
Awesome. Okay. So for me, it's a little green button. What's yours?
Button.
Same?
Green button.
Awesome. Okay. So if we add the green button,
yep.
It will automatically go to add information. Remember the add details part? It'll automatically do that. And so that's great. So it adds that information. If everybody can go to 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one, is that the same, Matthew? Memories. And you can add, can everybody just click on the add button? And it'll give you 4 options. There's add document, write story, record audio, or add photo. Record audio is great because you can record your voices, which is awesome because then I can have my children hear my parents' voice or I guess their grandparents or their great-grandparents, etc. So that's kind of a fun option. I recommend that you only record like a minute to 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. But like the shorter, the better, I think. So Sister Bacon, you should record things for your grandchildren. If not, get them to record you on their iPhone and iPads. So that's kind of a fun option. Can everybody click on record audio? And then Dallas, can you read some of the options that it comes off with? Oh, I don't know what he's saying. Okay.
Phone actually isn't advanced enough to have the app. It's a 5C, and so I tried to download it and it didn't work. But
really?
Yeah.
5C.
I mean,
okay.
I know they used to have an older version of the app, but they kind of added all these new features recently, right? And so now it's above my pay grade.
This is when you're like, Mom, Dad, I need to do family history.
I need a new phone. Yeah, seriously. Maybe
I need to record my aunts and uncles. Okay, never mind. Can someone read some of the options when you under add audio? Does anybody have this? Anybody? Bueller? Brother Bowie? Forget it, I'll read it. Okay, it says, what is a memorable moment from your childhood? Sister Lung, do you have this? No? Okay. What do you remember about the place you grew up? How did you meet your spouse? What are some moments that impacted your life the most? What has been a difficult part of your life? What are some of your earliest memories? What memories do you have of your oldest relatives? Oh, that's a good one. Okay, side story. Randomly, a great uncle came to come see Niagara Falls because every Korean person wants to see Niagara Falls. So he came and visited our house for like not very long. And my mom asked him if he remembered anything. And he said, when I was 5 years old, an uncle took me to a graveyard and said, everyone in this, or the people who founded this graveyard or this town were your relatives. So my father's side is from North Korea. And so we know that the people in this city in North Korea are our relatives, and my mom was able to somehow find a record of them. So that's a great story of what is your oldest what memories do you have of your oldest relatives? He remembers his uncle talking to him. So that's like a good one. I feel like it conjures up a lot of good thoughts and memories. Anyways.
I actually have a memory for my grandfather who's escorting my mom during her wedding ceremony, married.
Oh, nice.
And a short description of what's happening there. So yeah, but I don't have any recorded audio or
Well, that means you need to make them.
Yes, that's right.
Start recording your parents, Brother Bowie. So you can do long ones. I just find that like, who has time to go through an hour audio? Because that's what I did. I recorded my grandmother for like hours and hours, and I'm like, oh no, I have to like, I'm not that I don't want to listen to the whole thing, but I just feel like it's wiser if you can to split it up into chunks. Okay. The other one, if you can click on add photo, everyone's homework. Okay, Dallas, can your phone take photos at least? Okay, all right. Okay, so there's the add photo option, and everybody can take a selfie or find a good photo, and if you can upload that, that'd be amazing. If you do not have a smartphone, this is a great way to engage your grandchildren and children and anyone who is tech savvy, and this is a great way to help document stories. So I have like 15 albums behind me, and I've been trying, some of these are falling apart, but I've been trying to go through these old photos. See, some of them are missing. This is when you're like, when you're a kid and you're like, can you make a collage and you take out photos and you never replace them? Bad. Or photos have been falling out. But I've been trying to document, oh no, and they're falling out as we speak. I've been trying to document some of these photos, and you can tag them like Facebook, which is awesome. Oh gosh, don't lose these. I'm losing photos. They're falling out. But if you go, I'm going to show you a picture of some, oh, maybe I can show you on my screen. That might be easier. No, never mind. You can see these photos, and if you click on the person, oh, come on. Oh, I lost it. You should be able to, sorry, why isn't it working? You should be able to tag people. You see these little circles? I think, Matthew, you have squares, and you can just like tag people's faces, and it'll bring up name options, and you can just click it in, and it'll automatically link it to their profile. So this is a great way to tag people and find individuals. Okay, going back, any questions or not? Okay, going back to this list, difference between sources and memory. Does anybody know the difference between a source and a memory?
Can I just ask one question from the last thing?
Yeah.
So those tags, do those connect then to the person in the tree? It's kind of okay, cool.
Yeah. And you can add photos from Instagram and Facebook if you use any of those. Yes. Which is nice because sometimes for some people, they have a bunch of photos uploaded already. But yes.
For Yura, for those who are looking for photos that or sites where they can find, they cannot find their, let's say, ancestors. There are other sources from Family Search engine that says you can get free historical photo sites uh, for finding your ancestors. So
Sorry, free what?
so there are like free historical photo sites for
Oh,
finding
awesome.
ancestors. So there,
Great.
let's, for example, the Ancestor Search. It's a photo search engine. And there's also like Airlist Island Passenger Ship Search. So this is all, you know, from the indexing efforts and so on.
Yeah.
So we always have those options. So if you're stuck and you don't have any photo, you can always try your luck, and you can go on those sites.
Awesome. Great. Okay. Any questions before we continue? And you could turn off your video if you want to. Yes, Sister Lim? Oh, sorry. Hold on. I can't hear you.
I go back to the family tree chart. My grandfather I saw there's a green symbol over there when I click on the option, which means available.
Mm-hmm.
Besides my grandfather's family tree chart, that means I haven't done completely, right?
So you can check. So let's go. Great question.
I go to check, and then the temple already in SP in a green color. What does it mean?
So is it like this? So SP. So if you're not sure what these are, there is so it explains B is for baptism, C confirmation, I initiatory, E endowment. SP is sealing to parent. So the sealing to parent has not been completed if it's SP. SS for me is sealing to spouse.
Yeah, that means I haven't do the same for my grandparents, right?
Possibly, yes, possibly.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, I got it.
Yeah, sometimes there.
Where can I find this list? In order that I can have more idea about what does it mean by SP? What does it mean by?
On here, do you see here on the right side? There's a legend.
On the right side, there's a legend.
Yes, you see here legend.
Okay.
It'll tell you what all the different letters mean, and the colors.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, and I've added a picture of that I think on the digital, a digital copy on my Google Drive. Excellent question. So we're going to go through requesting. So he, I think, had multiple wives. Yes. Oh, children. I don't know if it constitutes his wife, but anyways, let's see. I don't remember what's going to happen. So let's see. Request. Oh, see, permission required because, she passed away. I don't know when she passed. Okay. I have permission. So if I do have permission, I actually don't know. So I'm not going to actually go through everything. But yeah, you can go through and include their actual information. So is the spouse of the person alive? No. Who gave you permission? Just go through. Was it written permission, like an email or letter, or was it verbal? Ooh, I feel like that's a new option. I feel like before they didn't have that. And then you can put one of the three. You don't need all of them. You can just put one of them if you want. Oh, we're almost out of time. Okay, I'm not going to do that one. And then once you request it, it should all be under here, under category. Actually, I think that there's an option on your phone to look through people to see if there are relatives who don't have their ordinances completed. Anyways, okay, I'm going to quickly try to finish this up. What's the difference between a source and a memory? Does anyone know?
Yes. So sources are often documents such as like birth certificates, marriage licenses that you find that actually have the person's physical name, signature, or are written by a clerk, whereas memories tend to be archived photos, audio, things written by the person themselves, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, thank you. Let me see if I can find, I wonder if I can find, let's see, people with sources. I want to see if I can, oh. Some of these sources are not the greatest because they're like just websites. Oh yeah, see, I don't like these ones. Sorry, what? Oh, sorry, I thought someone had a comment. I'm going to show you a source. I'm going to see if I can show you a source really quickly. So yeah, any document, it could be a report card, it could be a marriage record. So I have a bunch of like genealogical records. And so the difference between a source and record is source and memory is any picture can be a memory, but an actual document proving that they existed, that's a source. So yeah, if you have anything, that'd be great to upload. Okay, I apologize. This is going a little longer than expected. I'm going to try to finish up. But if you have any questions individually, feel free to reach out to me. I think we went through most of it. Oh, view my relationship. That's a fun one. Okay. Here on the corner, view my relationship will show you how you are related to this person. Okay. Now you have to be careful, or you have to be aware that that function will actually only work up to like 15 generations. So even if you are a direct descendant, so let's see, let's go on this side. We can go back a bajillion, not a bajillion, sorry, I exaggerate sometimes. Go back a bunch of generations. And just look at how you're related. But if it's beyond 15 generations, so let's see if we can go beyond. Obviously, I'm still related to this person. Let's see. Let's open this person. View my relationship. So obviously, I'm related to this person, but if we keep going that way, but if you keep going up, it'll be so far that it'll say that you might not be related to the person, or you're related beyond 15 generations. Is just that, I don't know why the computer just doesn't show you. But clearly I'm related to this person. Okay, let's try her. Let's click on her. And for some reason, when you view her, oh, okay, she pops up. But sometimes, okay, that's my 10th great grandmother. But if you keep going back, sometimes if it's too far, it'll say that you might not be related, but you are. It's just that the computer just isn't showing it to you. Anyways, that's
I want to show you, share.
Yep.
Okay, I want to share my screen for the source. Can I do that?
Oh, wait, did you just see what?
Okay.
Yeah, can you share?
Yeah. You have to enable the participant screen sharing.
Oh, sure. Okay. Did you guys just see the website?
No, it's just you.
Oh, dang it. I forgot to share screen. Okay. I don't know how to let you share my, oh, okay, try.
Try now?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one. So can everyone see that?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a source on the certification of birth for my grandmother. So you can see the city. So how old the document. So apparently it was not burned to the ground during the war, and there's a documentation of how she looks like. So it's always fun to add this in the family search and upload them. So if you have them, I was fortunate to get this from the familysearch.org, and it actually directs me to link this particular source to the memory and to the information. So again, prayer, have faith, you will get those informations for sure.
Awesome. Thanks. Okay, I apologize. I thought that I had showed, let me see. I'm going to try to, tell me if you can see this. I don't know if you can see this. Can you see? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yes.
here's an example. For example, if I go to this person, if I click on, I don't know, this person, I think I have her here. It says no relationship found. You have no direct relationship to this person in family tree, or your common ancestor is beyond 15 generations. Obviously, I'm related to this person. It's just that it's beyond 15 generations. But if I go somewhere closer, I don't know, maybe this person, and I click on, hopefully, wait, maybe let's go closer. Let's click on this person. If you just click on the right-hand side, view my relationship, it'll show you how you're related. This is my 9th great grandmother. So you are directly related to some people. It's just that sometimes if it goes back too far, then it won't show you. But that's a really fun button, view my relationship. Okay, I think we're going to run out of time. Thank you once again, everyone, for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And just in case I lose touch. But thank you once again. And if we can just close off with, if we can end with a closing prayer, I'd really appreciate it. Brother Andre, do you mind saying the closing prayer for us?
Not at all.
Thank you.
Okay. Our dear Father in heaven, we are so grateful for the opportunity that we had, Yura, Sister Paul, to present this family history workshop, and pray, Father, for thy spirit to continue to guide us, so that we make it look for those our loved ones who have passed away and do their work, and that we may continue to feel thy spirit and the drive that we need to search for those who have passed away and share the gospel. And we just pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. I just realized, oh wait, am I recording? I think I'm recording.
Yes, you are.
I will try to somehow upload this on YouTube if for help. I will try to make content later, but it's going to be a work in progress. Anyways, thanks again for joining, everyone, and feel free to contact me if you have any questions.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Stay
Bye.
safe.
Bye, Yura. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Merci. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Thank you.
Thank you.